Do you recall that this was one of those operations that was commenced in reaction to complaints from the business community?
I believe so.
And do you have any reason to disagree with the statement that you got a petition with 8 businesses listed on it?
As I testified to, I recall receiving a petition with businesses
And
on it.
do you remember what you did with that petition when you received it?
I believe I gave it to Chief Sands.
Do you recall what you told him?
Told him to look into it.
Did you tell him to do something about it?
It was up to him to make the decision.
Do you remember anything else you said to him other than look into it?
No.
Did you ask him to explain to you what process he would follow as he looked into it?
No, because as I mentioned several times, whenever we start these operations, he has his protocol and obtaining information from citizens or other sources before he initiates an operation.
According to these sources, Rick Galeener, Buffalo Rick Galeener, circulated this petition. Did you ever investigate that allegation?
Objection to form.
What allegation?
The allegation that these 8 businesses who asked you to enforce illegal immigration at Bell and Cave Creek Roads were brought together by a member of United for a Sovereign America.
I don't know. Once again, I gave this information to Chief Sands.
Have you ever heard that United for a Sovereign America is a nativist extremist group?
Objection to form. What's a nativist?
I'll ask the sheriff.
Well, I don't know.
Have you ever heard of the term extremist group?
I've heard of extremist groups. I believe that's a semantics or an overall word that people use.
The Southern Poverty Law Center, have you ever heard of it?
I have no knowledge of that organization.
Have you heard of the Anti-Defamation League?
Yes.
According to Exhibit 14, the Arizona Republic article, the Anti-Defamation League of Arizona says that United for a Sovereign America has a, quote, virulently anti-immigrant and anti-Latino ideology, close quote. That's on page ORT 67.
There's no question pending. I was just reading from a hearsay article. Objection to form.
And I'm just trying to ask questions about the sheriff's knowledge of this organization. Had you ever heard before today that that Buffalo Rick Galeener was a member of United for a Sovereign America?
Before today?
Before today.
I don't recall.
Does it concern you to know that at least 2 organizations have identified United for a Sovereign America as either extremist or having a virulent anti-immigration and anti-Latino position?
No, what I do not condone as racist groups, regardless what the name you give to it. I do not associate with racist
Let me put it this
groups.
way, Sheriff, if you knew that that letter from these 8 business persons around Cave Creek and Bell Roads had been put together at the instigation of someone who operates a web page called, quote, I hate illegals, close quote, would it have made any difference in your decision to hand that petition to Chief Sands and say, look into it?
Not really, because once again, we don't rely on just one source, and I would presume that he would have looked into that area with other intelligence and statistics as to that area, not stand alone on just one allegation or 5 or 6 or 7. I even went back to the legislatures when they asked me to go into their area. It happened to be about 7 or 8 of them too. We didn't rely just on what they said. We relied on other statistics and study of the area.
But you don't know that firsthand, do you, Sheriff? I mean, you're relying on Chief Sands to do that research, right?
But I know how he performs his research.
Well, how did he perform his research in Mesa?
No, I know his policies on doing it. As far as the individual areas that we're talking about, I do not micromanage. He decides.
Are his policies committed to writing?
His policies? We have policy manuals. I'm not sure whether he has his own policy.
Do you have any policy manual that relates to site selection for crime suppression operations?
I don't recall.